Now, one thing to bear in mind when you're distorting, i.e. scaling or rotating objects around, is something called stroke scaling. Now, it does apply with free transform because you're scaling elements up and down. And let's say we have strokes applied around an object, okay, a border line that's a specific width. You can tell Illustrator to scale that stroke as you scale the object. And, if you're getting artwork from other people that has strokes applied and you wish to scale it up maybe to, a billboard size, you would want to make sure that those strokes are scaled. So you need to be aware that that is an option that needs to be turned on or off according to the particular project in hand. Now, the other transform tools, such as rotate and scale, those will give us kind of a visual reminder in a dialog box as to whether we wish to scale strokes. But the reason I'm pointing this out now is a free transform doesn't have that, yet the rule still applies. So here's what I'm talking about. Let's go over to our right-hand page, okay, our A4, and let's just lock our stripes and unlock and make visible our wheel, okay? Now, we can't see all of the elements, but what I'm going to do is hover over the outer shape here, okay? Go ahead and select that. And let's come over to the color panel very quickly. Click on the stroke icon here in the background. Remember, X would also do that shortcut for you. And we'll make this a black stroke. And let's come down to the stroke panel here and increase this to maybe 4 point, okay? So if we then hit E to bring us our free transform tool, what I would ask you to do at this point is check, double check. Come over to the transform panel, go to the flyout menu on the side. Have a look at this option right here. Scale, strokes, and effects. You may have that turned on. You may have turned it on inadvertently when you're playing around with the tools. It may be turned on by default. This is something you need to check every once in a while when you're doing free transform, okay? Because you don't want to start scaling things and realize that you have scaled strokes and didn't mean to, and vice versa. So in this case, if we leave it turned off, or if you have it turned on, go ahead and deselect that. And we drag this item out. Remember, we've got 4 points, okay? If we drag out one of these corners, holding down the Option key or the Alt key on the PC so we remain centered, and your Shift to make sure we retain a circle, okay? Drag this out, scale it up nice and large. You can see the 4 point does not change, okay? Undo that, go back a step. Let's go down and go into Transform and say, please do scale, strokes, and effects. Do the same function, scale that outer edge and drag up, and you'll notice this time, not only visually can you see it's changed, but also we've nearly doubled the width there as well. So this is really another option, very similar to the paste remembers layers function, okay? Very, very useful in its specific time, but something you really need to keep in memory before you start transforming the size and rotation of artwork that has strokes and also pattern fills, which we'll see a little bit later on. So let's go ahead and undo that. So we scale back down, and let's make sure we come up to the side and turn that back off again.